Hey guys, this is your host Nitin Binhani, and a very warm welcome to my startup podcast channel Jazair Audio, where we share real stories with real learnings.
In today's podcast, we're tackling a big question about the future of AI in the corporate world, why the AI revolution in business is losing steam. When generative AI burst onto the scene, it felt like the dawn of a new era. CTOs and tech leaders were given a rare green light from corporate leadership to experiment freely, to see how far AI could take their businesses. There was this sense of unlimited possibility. But now, well, things aren't quite so open-ended. Eric Brynjolfsson, co-founder of the research company WorkHelix, recently put it bluntly, the window for experimenting is mostly behind us now. So, what's happening? Why are so many companies putting the brakes on their AI initiatives? Let's get into it. 1. Experimentation fades, focuses on ROI. First up, it turns out a huge portion of these ambitious AI projects aren't making it out of the testing phase. By some estimates, around 70% of generative AI projects are still stuck in pilot mode, unable to demonstrate clear value out of them. That's left companies reallocating their AI budgets toward initiatives with clearer paths to ROI. They want solutions that drive real, measurable impact on their bottom line. Take Visa, for example. They're one of the giants in this space. Right now, Visa has over 500 generative AI applications in use, which puts them in an elite league alongside other leaders like JP Morgan. These projects aren't just hype, they're real operational systems. Visa is using AI to scan for security bugs, power chatbots that act as business experts, and even provide subscribers more control over billing cycles. These aren't flashy experiments. They're purpose-built tools aimed squarely at productivity and security. And Visa has made some big commitments here. They've invested $3.3 billion in AI and data infrastructure over the past decade. Their stance? They don't want AI to replace talent, but to support their workforce. Their goal is to make employees more productive, protect consumers from fraud, and drive consistent innovation. Yet, even Visa isn't immune to challenges. They're undergoing a massive restructuring of their international operations, with plans to lay off around 1,400 employees and contractors by the end of 2024. Almost 1,000 of those positions are in tech, highlighting that while AI can drive efficiencies, it's not necessarily a job creator across the board. Visa explains this restructuring as an evolution to better serve clients, but it's a sign of the time. The AI investments come with cost, and not every role survives this evolution. 2. The hype versus the reality Visa story is impressive, but they're an outlier. According to Gartner's annual CIO survey for 2024, only 37% of companies are using generative AI in actual production, though that's up from 9% in 2023. Sure, adoption is growing, but the gap is stark between those experimenting with AI and those actually integrating it into their day-to-day operation. Christopher Mims, a tech columnist at the Wall Street Journal, recently published an article titled, "The AI Revolution is Already Losing Steam." His take? Many companies and investors may be headed for disappointment. As powerful as the AI tools are, the rate of improvement is slowing, and there are fewer breakthrough applications than initially imagined. Not every workplace problem has a one-size-fits-all AI solution, and building, training, and maintaining these systems is wildly expensive. There's no shortage of new models entering the market, but actually integrating them into workflows takes time and capital that a lot of organizations simply don't have. Naveen Rao, VP at Databricks, gave a sobering statistic. Around 90% of generative AI experiments are not making it beyond the lab stage. One of the biggest hurdles? Accuracy and reliability. These systems often work well in controlled environments, but can fall short when scaled or exposed to real-world unpredictability. 3. The potential AI bubble. Here's a number that should make us all pause. VC firm Sequoia recently estimated that the AI industry spent around $50 billion on NVIDIA chips to train advanced AI models in 2023. However, those same AI applications generated only about $3 billion in revenue. That's a pretty big disconnect. This kind of imbalance has all the markings of a bubble. When a technology sector burns through cash without seeing equivalent returns, it raises big questions. And while generative AI has some extraordinary capabilities, it also comes with sky-high costs. There's no way around it. Training, operating, and improving AI models demands an immense amount of data, compute power, and resources. In his article, Mims points out that the scale of investment seems to hinge on the belief that AI will rapidly advance and revolutionize our lives and economy at an unimaginable pace. But with evidence mounting that these expectations may be too high, companies are left wondering if they're sinking money into a technology that won't transform their business in the way they'd hope. 4. What's next for AI in business? While generative AI is not going away, but there's a recalibration happening. The thrill of experimentation is cooling off as businesses look for applications that deliver clear ROI, not just fancy tech demos. Companies that have solid AI strategies in place, like Visa, are certainly ahead, but many others may scale back or even halt their AI ambitions in the face of these rising costs and slower than expected results. Does this mean AI's golden age is over? Not quite, but it might mean that AI's most transformative effects will take longer than the hype suggested. We'll likely see a more measured approach from here on out, with businesses focusing on targeted AI applications that provide specific benefits rather than betting on a wholesale AI overhaul. So for those of you thinking about AI for your organization, my advice would be to prioritize solutions that integrate seamlessly, address real needs, and enhance your current operation. This shift is all about sustainable, practical applications. There are exciting use cases out there, and AI is still in its early days in many ways, but the days of adoption of AI for the sake of it are numbered. That's it for today's episode. Thanks for joining me as we explored why the AI revolution might be losing steam and what that means for companies aiming to ride the AI wave. If you found this episode insightful, please rate, review, and share it with others.